Hello everyone and welcome to another tutorial. So I recently made this scene here, which is these two pencils that are going around in a circle, and one's drawing and one is erasing as it is going in the circle. Now I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this scene, pretty much all of it. The only thing I'm not going to be doing is the lighting and material. So this one here is what we're going to be making today, from the beginning of an empty scene all the way to the final kind of like animation and scene layout. The only thing I won't be doing, like I said, is the materials and the lighting, but I will be making my original scene file, which is this guy over here, available to my Patreons. And if you guys also want it, I can make it available for $1 on Gumroad if you guys want to go down and get that. So that'll all be in the description below. Okay, so let's get into this tutorial. It's a really fun one. Okay, so with a new scene opened up in Blender, go ahead and hit A to select everything and then go X and delete. Then we're going to go Shift A, we're going to go to our mesh options here, we're going to add in a cylinder. Then we're going to go down here to our cylinder settings, go to the vertices, and we're going to type in 5. So that's going to give us this pentagon here, or whatever shape that is. I'm not that good with shapes. Anyway, so we're going to close this down, and then we're going to tab into edit mode. And with all of these vertices selected, we're going to go S, Z, and type in 10. And hit enter. So all that's done is it's scaled it up 10 times along the Z. And then what we're going to do is go in a front orthographic view, go G, Z, and move these vertices up to here. And then what we're going to do is, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, but just watch what I'm doing and you'll see what I'm doing. It's pretty easy. So hovering over this face here at the front, we're going to go Control R, and it's going to insert this yellow line. That's going to be a cut, but if you roll the middle mouse wheel, you can add cuts, or you can roll it backwards and that can take cuts away. So we're going to roll it 2 times to give it the 3 cuts, and then double click. Then we're going to move over to the next one and go Control R, hovering over this face, roll it 2 times, double click, and we're just going to do the same for all of these faces. Just like that. Control R, roll your middle mouse wheel to add in 3 cuts. Control R, and just like that. Just so we have a bit more geometry, and you'll see in a second why we're doing this. So let's loop select these bottom vertices, Shift Alt and clicking on this loop. And then we're going to go E, Z and bring this guy down. And then we're going to do something that's a little bit of a tricky combination of keys, but what you have to do is go Shift, Alt and S. And once you've done that and you pull your mouse, you're going to make a circle. So the more you move your mouse, you can see here I'm pulling this little gizmo here. It can round that out. So I'm going to round it out a little bit and then go G, Z and just move it down. And then I'm going to go E, Z, extrude it down to here and just go S to scale it down. Like that. And it's a little bit, messy, but just keep adding in some geometry here. So we're going to go Control R to add in a loop here. And just going to scale that one out a bit. And then we can maybe grab this guy here and double G just to slide it a bit. So just move these around till it feels like it's a smooth transition. So just something like that. Then grab these bottom vertices and then go E, Z, bring them down, and then S to scale them to a point. And we can grab these vertices here, this loop, and go double G to slide it and just make our tip of our pencil. So it can be as much as you want, but I'm just going to go with something like that. So that's our pencil right there. And let's just add some modifiers. So let's go over here, add in a bevel modifier. Let's make the limit method angle. And what we're also going to do is increase the segment amount to 2 and mess around with this offset. So I'm going to grab this offset, just bring it to a small value like 0.02 will be fine, just so these corners are not too sharp. And then go to Object, Enable Shade Smooth. Okay, so that's looking okay. So let's just quickly give it a temporary material. So I'm going to click on my materials tab here, go new, and I'm going to call this pencil. And I'm just going to go down to my viewport display settings here and just give it a viewport color. So this won't be the actual color of the principal shader, but just a viewport color so we can see it's been applied. And then we're also going to go hit the plus, go new, tab into edit mode. And I'm just going to select all of these vertices down here and give it that material. And I'm going to call this material wood. And then I'm going to hit Control minus a few times just to shrink that selection down to the tip, these 3 loops of vertices down here. And I'm going to hit plus, create a new material, go assign. And I'm going to call this one lead. By the way, I don't actually use a lead anymore in lead pencils, even though people call them that. So I'm just going to call it lead anyway. And I'm going to go down to viewport and give that guy like a gray material. And also the wood, I don't think I gave that a viewport material, so I'm going to go to the wood and just give that a wood color, or whatever, like a light kind of pine color. And then we're going to tab into edit mode, and now you don't have to do this bit, but it's a nice little detail, because some pencils come really basic like this, but I like to add this bit in as well. So what I'm going to do is go to the top here, select this loop here, and go Shift D, and then I'm going to go Shift Alt S again, just to round it out. Just scale it up a bit and bring it down, and I'm going to go E, Z, and just extrude it up. Go Control L, and that's going to select all of these vertices connected to that new piece. Hit plus, new, assign, and I'm going to call this brass casing. I think they're made out of brass, but I'm just going to call it brass casing. I'm going to go down to my viewport display, give it kind of like a brass color, and drag this metallic slider up. That's just going to make it look like metal in the viewport. And let's go back up to materials, just back into edit mode, grab this face at the top, so select all of these. I'm just going Shift Alt, clicking on this loop to select these loops, and then go ES, scale that in, and then EZ to scale it down, and then Shift Duplicate, and then EZ, and bring that guy up. And then I'm going to go Control B and create a bevel and roll my middle mouse wheel just to add in some geometry there. And I'm going to go Control L with all of these vertices selected, hit the little plus here, go new, assign, and I'm going to give this, I'll go down to the viewport display, and I'm going to give this just a sort of pinkish orange just to make it look like an eraser. And here we have a pencil. So this one is a little bit too tall. So I'm going to go into my edit mode, just select these vertices at the top and go G, Z, and just bring them down to about here. Go A to select everything, and G, Z, and bring it up to this red line over here, so it's sitting right on our floor. So here we have our pencil, and all we have to simply do now is go into our modifiers, and I'm going to add in a, a mirror modifier. Then I'm going to go Shift A, I'm going to add in an empty, I'm going to add in a cube, and this pencil's way too big, so I'm just going to quickly grab this pencil and just go S to scale it down to about here, and go Control A and apply the scale. And you might have to come in here just to your bevel if things have gotten messed up and readjust this scale over here. But anyway, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is, like, I go to this mirror modifier I've added in, click on this little eyedropper, and we're going to select that empty that we put into our scene. And now if we grab this pencil, we go G, X, and we move it over to the side, you can see we have two pencils. Now the spacing here can be as little or as much as you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go with something like that, and then I'm going to apply that mirror, tab into edit mode, select all of these vertices on the left side of the screen here, and then I'm going to go RX 180, hit enter, and I'm just going to go G, Z, and move this down till that's touching. These vertices are touching the bottom of this floor, which is going to be on this red X line here. Tab out of edit mode, so that's done. And what I can do is grab this guy, and then holding in Shift, select the empty, and go Control P and set parent to keep transform. So now when we're going to animate this guy and rotate it, that's all going to rotate. And you could just leave it at this, but just to make it a little bit more realistic, I'm going to go Shift A, add in a cylinder, and then with the cylinder, just make sure to go to the cylinder settings here and make it 32. And then we're going to go G, Z, bring it up to the middle roughly here. It doesn't really matter as long as you don't move it this way. As long as it's just moving up, the height of it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to put it roughly in the middle. Tab into edit mode, go S to scale this down. And then what I'm going to do is go Shift D, R, 90 in my front orthographic view, hit enter. S to scale it down, and then S, X, and scale it out like this. Then grab these top loop of vertices, go G, Z, and just move them up out of the scene. And then just go Shift Alt, select this loop at the bottom again, and go Shift D, X, just move it over here to this pencil and scale it up so it encompasses the pencil. You can go to your top view if it helps, just so the pencil is sitting inside of here. And then we're going to go E, Z, and extrude it up like that. And then we're going to go E, Z, not EZ, but ES to extrude it in, and then EZ to extrude it down. And we don't need to do the bottom because the camera's not going to be seeing that. So just like that will do. And you can also just grab this one of these vertices, go Control L to select all of it, Shift D, X, and move it over to the other pencil, this side. And all we have to do with this guy, go to Object, enable Shade Smooth, give it a edge split modifier, and then holding and Shift, select this empty as well, go Control P, and Object, Keep Transform. So now all of this is parented to this empty. So let's quickly add in a camera. So if you're in your front view like this, just simply move over to the left top here like this, go Shift A, add in a camera, hit 0 to go into camera view, then G in your middle mouse wheel, pull back, and just position your camera here. Go to your camera settings, make it orthographic, and then you can go to your output settings, make the Y value here 1920, so that's going to give us a square aspect ratio. Go back to your camera settings, and if you mess around with this orthographic scale, you can zoom in and out. So I'm just going to go with something like 9. This might be different for you, depending on where you place your camera. And if you hit G, you can just move your camera in your viewport. So I'm just going to go with a view like that and go Shift A, add in a plane. And this is going to be the floor. Now with my original one that I showed you guys earlier, I added it in 2 planes, and one was a piece of paper and one was just a backdrop. But this is just, I'm just going to keep it as one basic plane for this tutorial. Then we're going to go Shift A and add in the pencil mark. So I'm going to add in a circle, go into your wireframe, and then I'm going to go S to scale it up till this guy is touching the end of this guy is touching the tip of this pencil, and it's also underneath this eraser. And then we can go give this guy a subdivision surface, tab into edit mode, and with all of these vertices selected, I'm going to go ES to extrude and scale it in. And I can hit A to select all of these vertices, and then S just to scale it up a little bit, just so it's sitting right underneath there. And then what we can do is go to our top orthographic view, go into wireframe, deselect everything, and then B, and then click here and box select these vertices here, like that, and go X and delete. So all we have, X and delete those vertices. And what we have is just half a circle here, and we're just going to go into our material settings, give this a material, and go to the viewport. I'm going to make it black. And then what I'm going to do is go G, Z, and move it up just a tiny little bit, so it's just barely sitting on top of this plane here, which will be our piece of paper. And here we have it. So what's going to happen now is if we grab, just come over down here, hover over this bar, just drag it up a bit, come to the end frames here, and we're going to make the end frames 69 or 70. Just type in 70 and hit enter. And make sure you're on frame 1. Grab the empty here and then hit N to open up your properties panel. Go to your item and then go on here to the shortcut, or not the shortcut, the item. Then go down to the rotation, and on frame 1, with all of these rotation values set to 0, hit I, hovering over it. That's going to insert a keyframe, and then drag your slider to frame 70. And on frame 70, we're going to come here to this Z value here, and we're going to type in 360, hit enter, and then hit I. So what's going to happen, this guy's going to rotate 360 degrees, but what we also want to do is drag and select both of these keyframes and hit T and make the interpolation method linear. So that's going to be one linear rotation without any eases. So let's look at that. And that should be loopable. And what we can do is just come here to the end frames and just knock it down 1 frame, and that's going to stop it creating a double frame on the end there. So let's just have a look at that. And there it is. So I'm not going to be doing the materials. I did add in some placeholder materials, and that's why we went to the viewport and just added in the materials to give you a rough idea. But go ahead, add in a simple light. Just go to your materials up here, add in the colors and stuff that you like. Very simple, nothing complicated. And like I said in the beginning, if you guys want to... Okay, sorry, I made a very silly mistake. So just go back to frame 1. I forgot to parent this guy. So just grab this guy here, and then holding in Shift, select this empty, and then go Control P, and then Object, Keep Transform, and let's play it now. Okay, so that's a lot better. So I almost forgot to do that. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm not going to be going to lighting and materials, but I will be making this scene file available, like I said in the beginning of this video, to my Patreons. So it doesn't matter what tier you're on, I'll give you this file. And I'll also be making it available for $1 on Gumroad. So that's all in the description below. Check that out. I hope you guys have liked this tutorial. It's something pretty easy, pretty simple, and yeah, it just looks awesome. So go ahead, make something really cool with this, and I look forward to seeing what you guys make.